What is up, my fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite angling expert, here to drop some serious knowledge on the bite for Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Now, I know what you might be thinking. January in the US, that means ice fishing, right? Well, not everywhere, folks. Today, we're diving deep into the sunny, productive waters of Florida. And let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be something special. We've got a unique blend of conditions that could lead to some incredible catches. So stick around because you're about to learn how to make the most of it. I'm going to break down exactly where to go, what to throw, and why the fish will be biting, or perhaps being a bit finicky. Let's get into it. All right, first up, let's talk about some of our prime targets for this mid-January day in the Sunshine State. My friends, based on our intel, we're looking at phenomenal action for a few key species. First, for you's offshore warriors, it's the sailfish. January is the absolute peak of the sailfish run in Florida. These acrobatic beauties are congregating closer to the reef lines, especially off the Florida Keys, Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and the Palm Beaches. My advice: look for temperature breaks and bait schools in water depths from 100 to 300 feet. Trolling dead ballyhoo or live goggle-eyes on a circle hook rig will be your best bet. Remember, a long leader and a quick retrieve after a strike are crucial. These fish are fast, and a precise presentation will get you hooked up. Keep your eyes peeled for diving birds. They often signal a feeding frenzy below. Next, for those who prefer the skinny water, redfish are on fire. The cooler winter temperatures have pushed these powerful fighters into shallow, protected areas. You'll find them tailing in the clear, shallow flats around the nature coast, in the backcountry, and tucked away around mangrove islands, from Wakasasa Bay to Fish Creek in Homosassa. The key here is stealth and a natural presentation. Target them with a light spinning tackle using a small artificial shrimp on an 1/8-ounce jig head or even live shrimp. Work your bait slowly along the bottom, giving it a subtle twitch. Look for potholes and areas with darker grass where they might be seeking warmth and foraging. Early mornings with rising sun can be particularly productive as they warm up. And speaking of shallow water, the sheepshead bite is going to be excellent. These striped bandits love structure, and with the lower tides, typical of winter, they're concentrated around pilings, docks, rock piles, and bridge fenders. They're often feeding on the same small shrimp as redfish. A small sharp hook with a piece of live shrimp, fiddler crab, or even a small piece of clam will do the trick. A tiny split shot or a very light jig head is all you need to get your bait down. Be ready for a light bite. They're notorious bait stealers, so pay close attention to your rod tip. Finally, let's not forget the ever-popular speckled trout. These guys will be hugging the grass flats, especially those with some depth variation or access to deeper channels. They also concentrate in warmer spring-fed rivers when the air temperatures drop. For trout, artificial shrimp or soft plastics rigged under a popping cork can be deadly, especially during warmer parts of the day. If it's colder, slow rolling a jig along the bottom can entice them. Look for signs of bait fish, and don't be afraid to cover some ground until you find the schools. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of why these tactics will work. Our conditions for January 14th, 2026 are looking pretty sweet for Florida. Weather-wise, we're expecting a mild winter day. The air temperature will hover around a comfortable high of 75 degrees Fahrenheit, dropping to a low of 65 degrees Fahrenheit. This is ideal for winter fishing, avoiding the extremes. We're looking at mostly stable atmospheric pressure, which is generally a green light for fish activity. The wind will be light to moderate, around 8 miles per hour, likely from the southeast, providing pleasant conditions on the water and making boat control easier. There's a 45% chance of some isolated light showers, so perhaps a light rain jacket, but nothing to deter a true angler. Water temperatures. Across Florida will vary, but in the prime southern fishing zones like Miami and the Keys, expect average sea temperatures around 72 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Further north, in central Florida, it will be cooler, around 66 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and even colder in the Panhandle. This range of temperatures is crucial. The 70-degree-plus water in the south keeps many species actively feeding, while the slightly cooler water up north concentrates fish in warmer pockets like spring-fed rivers, making them easier to locate. As for the moon phase, January 14th lands in a waning crescent phase with an illumination of about 11 to 17%. It's 25 to 26 days old. While some old-school anglers believe the waning crescent is a slow moon, my experience and plenty of scientific observation tell us that stable weather and good bait availability often trump lunar phases. With the moon setting by early afternoon, the early morning bite, fueled by darkness, might be particularly strong before the sun is too high. In terms of overall fish activity, January in Florida means active fish, but with a slightly slower metabolism due to the cooler water compared to summer. Many species are pushed closer to shore and concentrated around structure or warmer waters, making them more predictable targets. This isn't a frantic summer bite where everything eats anything, but a more strategic, rewarding challenge. You'll find actively feeding fish if you know where to look and how to present your bait. This is why knowing the species' winter habits is so important. So, my friends, my clear assessment for fishing on January 14th, 2026 in Florida is good to excellent. This day holds immense potential, especially for targeted species. The stable, mild weather, combined with ideal water temperatures in many areas, sets us up for a fantastic day. The fish will be concentrated, and while you might need to slow down your presentation and focus on deeper, wind-protected spots, the rewards will be well worth it. Expect an active bite early in the day and again as the afternoon progresses, particularly for inshore species seeking warmth. All right, my fellow anglers, that's the forecast for Wednesday, January 14th. I wish you all nothing but the best. May your lines be tight and your coolers be full. Remember, tight lines and good times is the motto. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already for more expert tips, and leave a comment below. What are your plans for this mid-January week? Are you hitting the flats or heading offshore? Share your winter fishing secrets. Until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.